Oh, looking just devastatingly good this evening. Oh, looking so good. I'm live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Um, right. Sherry, let's open this up to the world. Am I on the right thing? I think so. My goodness. My goodness. This evening, I'm upset. I'm upset, people. Are you here? Are you joining me? Hello. Hello, Heros X Duty, if that is your real name, I'm sure it is. Um, Welcome to this stream. It's an angry stream. It's an upset stream. I'm just going to share it on Twitter. Um, I am upset this evening um, because people are still namby-pambying outside, but even more so than that, I'm not greatly thrilled with the British media right now, in particular, a certain corner of the British press, which has, for the week, just being singing praises about how great we're doing and that it's all going to be okay real soon. Not into it. Like, um, I wish it were the truth. I understand that we need a bit of joy right now, but we mustn't be lying to people. No one should be telling lies at this extremely dangerous time. I'm just going to share this rant stream on Twitter so that people can also join from there. Is on. Here we go. Are you feeling angry? Come and be angry with me. You want to despair? You want to scream? Write down your feelings and put them in the chat if you feel so inclined. It's okay if you don't, but if you want to, I'm here to voice that stuff if I feel it's appropriate. Okay. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm out of Twitter. I'm back with you now in the chat. Okay. We're doing the whole communist thing of covering up the bad things, right? I mean, I don't know about that, but they're certainly trying to pretend that we're doing better than we are. Um, at the moment, we have surpassed all other European countries in terms of our death toll. Sorry, this is such a depressing stream, but I just have to talk about this stuff because I'm just feeling so irate. Um, like we have like it's either approaching or it's over 30,000 deaths in the last 2.5 months in this country in the UK. Sorry, and it's as if it's not happening to some people. You know, if they don't know anyone that it's happened to, then it's not real. It's just another thing that's happening in a faraway place rather than something that is in fact happening, you know, in the hospital in the city or town that they live in, which it is. It's happening everywhere. It's abominable. Um, no biking this time, no, I'm afraid not. I'd like to do that again, though. If you want to talk about happy things, please do. I'm just going off because I need to vent and let off stream. But if you want to talk about happy things, I welcome it because God knows I need something to be happy about. In America, we are down to one brain cell. Oh, Abdul, like, I don't envy you guys. Like, I think you guys have a scarier situation, certainly, because of just the state of your healthcare system. We're both in bad boats. Not the same boat, but bad boats. And I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Uh, Hera says, I don't think anyone should lie either about what's happening. I am angry. Ah, yeah. You have to laugh, you know, to keep yourself from crying sometimes. You scram. Good. I want French fries with curry. It's almost 10 p.m. and I might save them for tomorrow. Help. If you feel you can resist, that's great. But you know, you can just do it. No one's gonna yell. No one's gonna judge. Give yourself some relief should you need it. Yeah. As someone who just has a colon D smiley face says, honestly, if people weren't eating things that shouldn't be consumed, we wouldn't be here. That's what makes me angry. We controlled this. Are you possibly referring to the apparent market that this sprung up from? So I don't know that much about it, and I don't want to come out with any ill-informed ideas. But perhaps that is the case. Things are getting better, and we can't lock down forever, or people will starve because the economy won't move, and you can't print money to fix the problem. I understand the economy does need to keep rolling, but people are literally going to die if we start acting like everything's fine and dandy now. Like, it simply isn't. Like, we are in the situation that Italy was in, and 2 months ago we were all looking at Italy and going, "Oh, imagine if we dealt with it that badly." That will never happen, and we're in a far worse situation than they are. It's just, I just need to let off some steam because I'm seeing that people are kind of going nuts in the streets because it's bank holiday, and people are just having a jolly old time getting out together on the BBC and like lining the streets. And it's been a special day for some, but we can't like lose our heads and think that this is over or even close to over. And it's just so mind-bogglingly stressful um and annoying. So yeah, this is just to say, please try and stay home as much as you can, man. Just please try. Like, I know it sucks. It really does. It does not stop sucking, but this will only continue on and on and on for way longer than it has to if we start pantsing around outside like way too soon. We've got to resist. I went shopping today, and there was a big old queue. I got there as soon as the shops opened at 8 a.m. And the conversation there that I was overhearing from people was of a cautious and sensible one. Like, no one seemed to be thinking that this was a laugh or that this was going to end anytime soon. Like, people seemed serious. That was encouraging because in a month or so ago, when I was trying to go shopping, it was terrifying and people were just swarming around and not giving a shit. And now people seem to like be really in the zone, as it were, which I appreciate. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm just gonna join in the live chat again. Nope says all these anti-lockdown protests piss me off since my mum is a nurse on the COVID floor. God bless your mother. God bless your whole family. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she stays safe, or as safe as she possibly can. Alex C says it's all good to vent all you want because there are majorly effed because things are majorly effed through the entire world. We all need to need to at least talk about it unless we go crazy. You're right. Like, I hope people are understanding in my need to just blow off. I'll Sneak. Hello, Sneak. Hi, Imogen. Hello. Abdul says, good news. You are safest at home. Yeah, we are safest at home. Remember, it's not just about keeping yourself safe. I'm not talking directly to Abdul, I'm talking to everyone. It's about keeping everybody safe. Um, that's why I think it's a great idea to wear masks. It's not just about keeping your own face safe and clean. Like, you could have the virus, and it's just to protect other people as well. Like, I was seeing these shots of people lining the streets today, and they weren't even wearing masks or anything. There's so many of them not even taking the most basic safety precautions. I don't know. I don't know. Makes me sweat thinking about how people think that this has just been some silly kind of like experiment, some kind of silly summertime social experiment, and they're getting kind of bored and they want to get back to, larking around with their mates. And boy, howdy, would I like to do that with my family. My family and I, we all live in the same city and we all miss each other like crazy. Like, we could just swing by each other's house very easily if we wanted to, but we haven't for what, since the end of March. God, I miss them. When I released my animation, boy, howdy, did I want to spend that time with them. I really wanted to. I wanted to celebrate with them and have a grand old time. We haven't seen each other for months. We've got to resist. We've got to resist that pull. It's agony, but we've got to do it because lives are on the line. Ah, Branna, big hugs. Thank you, Branna. Matt Kenny says, "Hello, dear. I'm so happy you're here spreading real educational information." Well, I'm doing my best. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just trying to keep people as safe as possible if I can. That's why I wanted to leap online. We appreciate you and in person. Your art and animation does inspire me a lot. Thank you so much. That's sweet of you, Mac. Thank you. Yes, people are protesting and churches were planning to get together. No, that is not social distancing. No, it's like it's frustrating because the protest as like a thing, as a concept, as a thing, like you get in the streets together, you get in a big crowd, you raise your signs and you make a big noise. That is like a universal thing of like saying that you're upset about something. And a lot of us are certainly upset about how this situation has been handled. And if this wasn't a contagious situation, we'd all be protesting and doing this. Like, we're not cooped up indoors because we just love it so much. Like, we're all angry, but we physically have to stay away from each other and avoid crowds. And so when people who think that this isn't a big deal get together in the streets, they look extremely like they're doing something that historically has been like a kind of brave, cool thing, a protest. Yeah, let's get out there and stick it to the man, or basic safety precautions. And guys, that just isn't going to cut it this time. You're not going to save it. You're not. Oh, God. It's. Do you know what I mean? It's like taking this standard cool thing that pushes boundaries and makes changes and stuff and turning it into this what's the word? Ugh, farce. It's it's so farcical and sad and pathetic. Um and I feel for them because I'm sure people are frustrated. I'm sure they want to get haircuts and all these essential things. You know how I feel. It's just exhausting, man. It's so exhausting. Tell me how the sound is, by the way. The mic is like right to my side. You can see it. I just realized you can see my mic. So if I sound kind of loud or anything, just let me know and I'll do some adjusting. Oh, yeah, right. I don't know why. I'm looking at Alex C's comment. Right. I don't know why now, out of all times, people want to rise up and protest, and also how many people just aren't respecting quarantine and going out like it's their vacation. Yeah. I mean, I think to a lot of people, certainly in this country, we're just not used to dire situations like you hear about war and famine and etc. plagues. They happen in far off countries. Nothing like that happens here. So the whisper that something could possibly happen here, if it's an invisible occurrence, nah, not here, not to us, not to me, not to people I care about. It's exhausting, man. You know. And I don't there's a kind of purveying attitude that, oh well, if they're stupid and go out protesting, they deserve to get sick and maybe they'll die. And I don't want anyone dying. I don't, even if I would consider what they're doing idiotic, no one deserves this. No one deserves the consequences of this. No matter how much I might despair of people's actions, no one on earth deserves to suffer this way. I don't know, like that's just how I feel. I don't think anyone deserves to feel that way, deserves to go through this illness. um Bolivar Torres, I love your voice so much that you could talk about whatever you want and I would never get tired. That's very kind of you. And that's making me feel a little bit more validated to go off tonight. I it's only in the last few minutes that I was on Twitter, which is another unhealthy decision if we're talking about unhealthy behavior. And like just seeing particular things that are happening right now, it just set me off and I just like, I need to get online and yell and let people know they need to be safe. um Caroline D, 100% Correct. I'm 13. I feel like I could do so much more than watch this world go down with COVID. I just have to. I have so much more to live for than to wait to go back and eat with my family in public again. You got your whole life ahead of you. God bless you. Uh, yeah. Tell me if you're comfortable talking about your experiences being so young and seeing all of this. Go right for it. Um, because yeah, I'm an adult and I'm so sorry that other adults are such absolute twits. I'm gonna try not to swear, knowing that someone so young is watching. I'm sure you're cool, but I don't want to swear. That's just not a good idea. Um, Mac Kenny says, ab- I never thought about it in that way, but you're correct. This goes against the whole idea that a protest for good cause, and they all think they're on the forefront of something that 5G crap. Yeah, I heard that 5G either really is or really isn't bad at all. And people were like burning down signal towers or something like that. Sorry about my ill-informed opinion, but yeah, like, is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. I don't know. I'm scared. Like, this misinformation has got me all nervous, and I feel like I can't really speak about it because I don't know. People certainly felt passionate about it. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe they're stupid. It's so difficult to tell. Um, Sneak says the stream is sounding pretty good right now. Only minimal robot noise. Robot noise? What kind of robot noise? Can you hear like the laptop fan isn't going? I don't know what's happening. And Abdul says it's not very punk rock to harm your comrades. But people are protesting their loss of comfort, and that blows my mind because even that comfort is so illusory and unsubstantial. Yeah, it's like, huh. You know, myself, I have a very cushy living situation right now. So, like, I'm privileged, literally. I'm a very privileged person. So I do feel kind of rude saying everyone should stay at home and suck it up because some people have dire living situations and I do feel for them and I don't blame them for getting outside at least. Not meeting up with other people, but if people want to spend time outside of their home, just get out and walk around by themselves. I totally get it. Because not everybody has a good home situation. But if you're protesting because your bangs need chopping or whatever, like, cut your own hair. Have some excitement in your life. Try and rely on your own, the screed of your wit. I cut my hair. It doesn't look great right now, but I got my glasses are tangled in it now. Whoops. If I pull that out. Okay, it's not looking so hot today, but that's just because I washed it earlier, so it's still a bit damp. But yeah, you could cut your own hair if that's what you want to do. That really obviously stuck in my mind, the haircut thing. Like, of all the things to whinge about, like, for goodness sake, you could grab a pair of scissors and have fun. That's not a sentence I'm going to say very often. So yeah. Um, let's see. Matt Kenny says, I'm 22. This thing deleted my graduation from animation school along with my chance to see my animation on a big screen for the first time. Really tough, but deep down, I'm just happy we're being safe. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That really sucks. You have you have your whole life to create amazing animations, and there will be so much more time to spread your work and broadcast it and all of that, and you know that. But having this special moment taken, that does suck. I'm really sorry to hear that, Mark. Weird to miss out on one-time life experience, but for my older relatives' sake, I would hope others do the same for me. Yeah, I think a lot of um, yeah, I think a lot of students are feeling this. Um, it really sucks. Make a big song and dance of your work online as soon as you can. Release it into the wild and let people see it. You should do that. I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, a little naughty secret of mine. So, for those of you that don't know, I released a music video, or a music video I worked on was released on the Game Grumps channel. It was Scarborough Fair, and it was with Dan Avidan and the Super Guitar Bros. It was great. It went great. You can watch that later. But this it was coming to a head. So it was going to be released at the beginning of April, and it was like the end of March, and the whole world was losing its head. I'm not going to swear. I'm trying to try not to. And I was getting really nervous about my family's safety. Like, we were all being safe, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I still don't know what's going to happen. And I thought, like, way ahead of the music video being released, I was like, I want to share this with my family now. Like, I'd finished the video. So I made a little Vimeo channel and I privately uploaded the music video and I shared it with my family and my family alone during quarantine. And it was very special. And I worked on that video by myself for a year, and it was the hardest thing. It was the hardest I've ever worked in my life, and boy howdy would I have loved to have been with them to share that with them. But that was not to be. Um, Nothing can be done about that because I care about their safety. So I shared it with them privately. So if you, as soon as you have the opportunity to share your work with people, maybe this isn't a situation that you're super concerned about, but if it is, do what you can. You know, there are little shortcuts, you know, to sharing your work with people, because you deserve to after you've, you know, sweated and cried and bled to do it. Like, that might be the wrong tense for that phrase, but you know what I mean. Like, you deserve to put it out there. uh, Thank you, Mac. Thank you. Let's see. I'm actually taking this time to learn digital art. I think that it's the only good thing about this. I get to have time to learn skills than be stressed about school. That's really cool. I'm glad you've got that. You've got that moxie to push yourself and learn something new right now. Because some people do, but certainly not everybody does. So hold on to this. Hold on to this thing. Um, it's really good that you're doing that. I hope your schoolwork is going okay as well. I'm sorry, I can't imagine what that's like being so young and having school and not being able to see your friends and stuff. I hope things are going okay. Um, da, da, da. It is a great time to be creative. Hopefully, hopefully. For some people, it's kind of a drag. I've been in a bit of a rut recently, um, but I think I'm about to feel a little bit better. I think I just need to take things one step at a time. I'm about to do another animation project, and I've been kind of feeling like this about it. Um, but I've realized there are just little steps that I need to take in order to get myself back on track. And I'm going to take those steps. For those of you just joining, um, we're just ranting and rapping about the situation, especially in the UK, about how idiotic people have been behaving, how irresponsible certain corners of the press have been, saying that everything is fine and dandy. So if you want to rant about that or about your current situation wherever you are on the planet, please go for it. The floor is yours, as long as you don't say anything horrid, like and racist. Like, obviously, like, yeah, as long as you're being reasonable and good, the floor is yours. Please vent, because I needed to. God knows I needed to. Um, oh, you have no idea. I lost my friend. Oh, I've known since pre-sub because of a fight. I, I'm assuming you mean you lost them in a fight. I almost thought you were saying you lost them because they died. I hope that's not the situation. I'm sorry that you've had a falling out. That also sucks. Yeah, that's not easy. You don't need that kind of tension and upset at this tender moment. That's rotten. Um, who knows? Maybe you'll be able to make friends afterwards. These kind of situations can be rather bonding, even with people that you've had fallings out with. We'll have to see. Feels like a blank state of mind, and I love writing and have plenty of OC, so why not draw it? You know, good work. Keep that positive vibe going. That's the stuff you need. Hydration check. That's really important. I've got that much water. And now it's gone. Whoop. I should have gotten a proper bottle of water before I started screaming my head off. Boy, howdy, I'm also really boiling in this big sweater. You know what I'm wearing this evening? I'm wearing my Britney shirt. I'm gonna show you properly my awesome Britney Spears shirt. Yeah. She's great. She's so fast, you know? Get all comfy again. Oh my goodness. Yes, binge indeed. I'm exhausted. I just needed to burst with rage for a moment. So thank you for humoring me. Yeah, this isn't this isn't like a super creative stream. It's just me barking for a few minutes. I'm glad that I'm in good company during this time. How are you guys? Let me know. Sound off. I've been thinking about different kinds of streams that I could be doing in the future, hopefully in the near future. The reason I haven't been streaming recently is because, oh, here's a fun story. Just over a week ago, um, I walked face first into a glass door, and it was bad. It was really bad. We have a glass partition between the living room and the conservatory. Oh, the conservatory. And in the winter, we have it closed and we never walk through. But in the summer, when it gets warm, we start walking through, and I didn't know that it was closed and walked right into it. And I immediately knew how funny the situation was. That's always funny, walking face first into something. But the moment it happened, there was ketchup everywhere, like all over my hands. Like, it was grisly. It was immediate. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. So I was kind of half laughing and half hyperventilating because I was like, I can't go to the hospital. This can't be that bad. You can't take me. No, no, I can't have a broken nose. Not now. This can't be happening. I was fine. I was fine. I was fine. I was fine. Didn't hurt that much. I just bruised my nose essentially, but whoo, it was grim for a few crazy minutes. I was really freaked out. So, for the last week or so, I've had a massive swollen nose. You can still kind of tell it's a little bit pink. A little bit pink. If I get close, you can still tell. It's a little rough. And also my skin has just been atrocious. So I haven't been live streaming recently. I've been a little bit self-conscious, a little bit sad. But I'm hoping to get back into it soon. I've got a few more ready-make cooking packs to have fun with. We've got flapjacks. I made a rhubarb and berry crumble the other day. It was so choice. It was really good. So yeah, let me know what you want to see out of live streams. I've also been on the exercise bike a lot more recently and just having so much fun doing that. So I'm tempted to do another kind of exercise thing. My partner says I should do a drawing live stream, which I've got a feeling might be most, enjoyable for you guys if you want to see me drawing live. I've never done one of those, and I'm kind of nervous because I don't really like people watching me while I'm drawing, like over my shoulder. Like, I'm sure you understand what that's like. But maybe live streaming would be different. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you want. What do you want? I want to satisfy your needs during this crisis so that you'll stay in. I'm sure you're all staying in, but you know what I mean. Um, Also, I've got like all this basic makeup like that's still in its original plastic wrapping that I bought like over a year ago and I've never put on, and I thought like maybe doing Imogen puts on makeup for the first time might be kind of funny. So like I've put on eye makeup before, but like foundation and stuff with those special soft sponge things, and like really trying to doll myself up. That might be funny if if pathetic and embarrassing. Um so yeah, I'm gonna look in the chat now. Let's see. Just gonna scroll up a little bit. I'm ready not to be part of a historic health event anymore. I know, baby, I know. It's just, it's a hell of a thing. Whoa, whoa, my screen is being bad. My screen is being really bad. Oh god, how I do hate this laptop. It's so old and slow, and I was afraid that my tab would suddenly close and then live stream would be over. That would suck. I'm going to be gentle. In fact, I'm going to use the mouse pad for a second. Let's go up here and have a look. I'm going to talk softly because I'm very close to the mic. Hello from LA, wearing a mask when I go out and staying inside. But I see a lot of people with, a lot of couples with just one of them wearing a mask. That is bizarre. Yeah, if you're going to go out as a couple, like, don't half-ass it. Like, truly, don't half-mask it. Whoa. you either do it or don't. Like, I guess one of them wearing a mask is better than neither of them, but yeah, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. Um oh, I think it's creative. Your stream is letting people vent. My father got fired and now is having a hard time. Oh dear. Oh honey, I am so sorry. That's awful. That's awful. I wish your family the best of luck. That's rotten. That's really rotten. Um, yeah, ouch is correct. Ouch is correct, Nicole. It really stung. Like I felt like such a Dumbo as soon as it happened. I was like, whoa, why me? Why am I so stupid? Um, work from home has been needlessly stressful, but since watching Half-Life VRI, I've wanted to write something to share. But weekend starts, so he's hoping to a creative burst. Good luck, Abdul. I hope you get that creative burst. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit more inspired. Um, I love a cooking live stream. So would I. I love cooking live streams. It's so much fun. Wishing health and finance and money somehow to everyone in this chat. Hope we're okay. Everyone needs universal basic income. This is what we need. It should be a thing that every country allows its citizens because I mean, look what happens when that isn't a thing. Like, we should just be taken care of, which I don't believe would make people lazy. Look how much people want to get out and do things. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a good idea. Um, yeah, cooking a live stream sounds tons of fun. Yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I can never expect whatever you stream. You're more full of surprises and you give yourself credit for. Oh, thank you very much, Sneak. I don't want to get on people's nerves. In fact, I really want to try streaming during British evening time because I've got a feeling that a lot of you are stateside. Like most of my subscribers are stateside. So it's beneficial for you guys if I stream later in the day for myself so you can actually see things instead of people in LA like seeing that I streamed while they were asleep at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking of doing. If that sounds good, then sound off. That's probably what I'm gonna do. It's probably what I'm gonna do. Let's see. Let's see. Art stream would be fantastic. Yeah. People keep saying that I look like Ripley and like Sigourney Weaver, and that's kind for one thing. Sigourney Weaver has like a really delicate little nose that sticks up, and then like the squarest, sharpest of jaws, and she looks like this. I love her. Iconic. No one looks like this. No woman looks like that except for her, and that's why she's just an icon to me. I have like at least 3 alien shirts. I should wear one of those on stream. Ooh, do you like how this sleeve is riding up? It's making me look like I'm wearing some sort of biker top. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I need to do with all my shirts to show off the guns. Let's take a moment to look at one of those guns right now. Pow! How strong am I looking? It's not looking too bad, but this still leaves quite a lot to be desired. I've been on the bike. I've been pumping that iron. For those of you that weren't present, I rode a bike for an hour, my exercise bike for an hour, and pumped those dumbbells, those 2.3 kilogram dumbbells for a whole hour. And I've been doing it like more since then, like going for a whole hour again. Like an hour was a challenge then, and now it's like what I want. It's like I desire to go nuts for an hour, and I'm like, let's do this on now. Pow. is it is it looking good? We looking good here? It's not looking too bad. I want those, like, we just talked about Ripley, but if I'm going to talk about my real inspiration, we're talking Sarah Connor. Terminator 2 Sarah Connor is. She's in my heart. She's in my mind. Like that introduction when she's doing those like pull-ups in on her like turned up bed in her asylum. Is it an asylum? It's a ward. It's a bad place, whatever it is. She looks amazing. And then she turns around and her hair is all like this. And she's all like it's so cool. She's so cool. I can't remember what she says. Oh, and she's like, how's the knee? Because she stabs that guy with a pen in the knee. That film is so good. That film is so good. Who likes Terminator 2? Okay, I need to calm down. We were talking about live stream options, and I started talking about Terminator 2, as I want to do. Let me jump back in the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. What time is it for you right now? It is currently 20 minutes past 10. I didn't know it was that late. I thought it was like an hour earlier than that. I am losing my mind. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit. Thank you for inviting us to the gun show. No problem, Branna. Anytime I get to shoot off is a good time for me. Let's see. Big buff lady. The animation made it was amazing. Thank you, Alex. I enjoyed making that animation. I procrastinated so much when I did it. It took me a year and a half, which was not necessary. I'm so embarrassed about that. It should not have taken that long. It's a learning curve. These things are all learning curves. These things are all learning curves. The US is going to confiscate your guns real soon. I don't think the US is confiscating any guns. I'm afraid to say. I wish they would. I wish. Guns are bad. Real guns? I'm making a statement right now. Real guns are bad. Guns are cool in movies and in shows, and that's it. In real life, it's never a good time, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. If you have to hunt for food, like whatever. But assault rifles? Who needs that? I'm a big hippie. I'm sorry. I just don't think any of it is necessary. Think it's all it's a pretty bad idea, really. Guns generally. Do you like my extraordinarily well put together opinions on these heavy topics? I hope you do, because doesn't get better than this in my brain. Not only are guns bad in life, they're really difficult to draw. Have you ever drawn a gun? Ugh. Ugh. There's all rectangles and sharp angles. You have to animating them, you've got to maintain that size all the time. I've got things to do in my life, okay? Okay, I've got other things to do. Organic forms, that's where it's at. Love that for me, okay? But guns, buildings, I don't even know her, okay? Forget it. Perspective, ugh. Flowers, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, yours is more like distributing them more than anything. I can't even go down this road. It's too dark. It's too dark. Everybody moved to Scotland. Why am I saying that? I don't know. I just wish things were better for everyone in so many ways. If you can vote for Bernie Sanders, please do. No, I shouldn't be saying that. I'm not an American. It's not my business. I just want people to be safe and live long, prosperous lives with minimal danger. Is that so mad? Is that such a mad thought? I don't think so. I think it's a good thought. Fluffy poop princess, you're here. Guns are like bad emo boys, Kylo Ren style. Real fun in movies, but if I see one in real life, I'm out of there. I agree with you. Kylo Ren in those movies, oh, I wish I could kiss him. But if I met that guy in real life, I'd be like, I am muting this man on Twitter. I am blocking him. I don't want anything to do with him. It's funny how things work out that way, isn't it? Oh, it's also probably because Adam Driver is very, very beautiful. When Adam Driver kisses the lady, I'm like, do you remember when Adam Driver kissed me in Star Wars? That was my favorite bit of Star Wars, is when Adam Driver kissed me in Star Wars in front of my whole family and everyone I've ever met. That was the best bit of Star Wars to me. Um, but aside from that, yeah, a bad time. You know, things that are unnecessarily violent, and most things that are violent are pretty unnecessary in all likelihood. Bad time. Don't like it. Mm-mm. These guns, these guns right here. I'm going to show off my guns again. You see these guns? These are for holding. These are for squeezing people tight and loving them and like lifting up things that should be lifted up and shown to everyone. I want to lift up those things that I want to show off to everyone. They're for picking up small people I love. This is what these guns are for, and not for punching, unless I'm punching something that doesn't feel pain. Yeah. Yeah. I'm such a fucking sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. I'm such a hippie. Uh flowers, hell yeah. There we go. Um let's see. Oh boy, I tried drawing guns. It's a trial and a half. I know. It's horrible drawing a gun just once. Like having to draw them from multiple angles. No, thank you. No, thank you. Controversial opinion, guns are harder to draw than hands. I agree with you. Although I am in like hands are really hard to draw. Like it's nerve-wracking drawing hands. I wonder what people are thinking like coming into the stream now, which is like stay at home and like the thumbnail and the title, and then they get here and I'm like, hands are pretty difficult to draw, yeah. But yeah, uh hands, they're scary, but they're fun and they're expressive. That's why they're fun. Guns aren't expressive. All they express is pain, sadness, and bad times. But it's true. Like, they're just annoying. They're just irritating. Who made them? Who came up with that? Guns. I should rename this stream like anti-gun stream and see what happens. People might flood in with their opinions. um You're such a sweet bean image, and I really wish more hippies like you existed. Thank you, Brenna. I mean, I'm sure I could be a better hippie. I don't drive. That's probably because I'm lazy and terrified, though. I like public transport. Use public transport whenever you can. Hopefully, in a post-pandemic world, hopefully that will become more of a thing because we're seeing the environment eke its way back to a healthier place without people zipping around in their cars all the time. And I'm not like anti-car necessarily, but like we could easily live our lives in a healthier way, I think. There are certain people who can't work from home. There are a lot of people who can work from home, and for those people, being able to do that might make a tremendous difference. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Hello, Majestic Junk. Hello, everyone. Your guns are for mortal cuddles. Mortal Cuddles is the beat 'em up I'd love to play, and it wouldn't be a beat 'em up, it would be a hug 'em up. I'm gonna hug you. Oh, not if I hug you first. Sorry. I don't know what Mortal Kombat's like. It's probably not like that. Your streams give me life while working from home. Hello, Francis. Is is this the Francis who asked for the Wu-Tang Clan cookie? Or is that someone else? That would be embarrassing if I mixed you up with someone else. But hello, Francis! I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Penultimate. Hey, Penultimate! It's good to see you. Time to make the guns that have little smiley faces. Are you saying I should draw smiley faces on my guns? Are you saying I should get a biro and draw a little smiley face on my arm? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Penultimate, are you saying that? Let me know if you're saying that, because I might have to take things to the next level if that is in fact what you're saying, and I think it is what you're saying. But if you're not saying that, maybe you can confirm that, deny that, whatever it is you're saying. I'd love it if you would say it again. It is. Well, hello, Francis. I'm glad you're here. You helped me create my greatest content, my greatest cookie. I'm probably going to be making more gingerbread cookies soon because I've got more mix and I found some very special cutters. They're these little dinosaur cutters, but they're like pieces of a dinosaur. So you cut out the dinosaur pieces, and then once you've baked them, the pieces slot together to make an upstanding like gingerbread dinosaur thing. Like it's like it stands up. It slots together like a jigsaw. It's very cool. And I've never used it before. I've had this set for ages. I'm now like keeping these sleeves up out of habit, out of like necessity. So yeah. I should do that. I should do that. Holy heck is right. 3D dinosaur cookies, yes, is what I want. It's like a gingerbread house, but a dinosaur. Essentially. Um, Maybe next time I go shopping, I could get more kind of like little icing decoration tubes, and then I could ice some little smiley faces and like maybe give the dinosaur a cutie mark on its butt. That would be cool. The Majestic Junk says, what to name the gingerbread dinosaur conglomeration? Gingersaurus. Well, that's not very imaginative, I suppose. I'm sure you can come up with a better idea. Ginger Snapposaurus. There are ginger snaps, and dinosaurs certainly do snap. Penultimate says, sure, why not? Make your guns the happiest guns around. Well, there we go, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else. I have to draw some smiley faces on my guns to make them good guns as opposed to bad guns. Let's see. Do I have a pen? Oh my gosh. I've got a felt tip. No, I don't have a felt tip. I have a biro. I wish I had a felt tip. Okay. Because I don't know how clear this is going to be when I draw on my arms right here. But let's see what I can do. So I'm flexing. Oh, maybe the ink isn't going well. Come on. Smiley. Nice big smile. Need to turn it over a little bit. And then some nice big eyes. Yeah! That's looking good. Should be an open mouth, or just should I leave it as it is? Yeah. I'm gonna put those happy cheeks on. This is very 90s. That kind of drawn style. I'm gonna get closer. There we go. Looking pretty good. How about some eyebrows? How about some DreamWorks eyebrows for this? So like we have one that's like ho ho, and then the other one that's like yeah. Perfect. I think you'll find this is perfect. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna end up getting this tattooed onto me for real. I won't. I wouldn't get a tattoo like this. I'm not cool enough. I really am not. What do you all think? What should I do next? I could like make this whole gun just a super happy gun, and then do something on my other arm. What do you think? The things I do for this. So I'm just gonna pose like this. Yeah, looking really swollen. I'm like imagining my arm is like, yeah. I'm not describing this at all. I'm like imagining it like, yeah, I am a flexing thing. Haha. I'm the whole thing. Yeah. I've lost my words. I've lost all my sense. Let's see. Soul Breaker says, hello, I can't stay for long at all, but I wanted to say that I love everything you do, and seeing you anywhere always brightens my day. Okay, have a good one. Thank you so much, Soul Breaker. That's very kind of you to pop in and say that. I hope you have a lovely day. Big Derpy smile. Lovely. Open. So when you flex it, it laughs. That's a good idea. I'll do that for the other side. Can the other be a smiley dinosaur? Interesting proposal. Let me think. I want suggestions for my right arm, this is my drawing arm as well, so it has to be really good. Although I will be drawing it with my left hand, of course, so it will be really bad. But suggestions. Keep these suggestions coming. What should I do with my right muscle? What's it called? What is this called? Like, pretty sure this is called the pec, right? The pec or the quad, something like that. Something like that. No wonder I'm really good at lifting heavy things. I know the words about it. It's like it's raising its eyebrow as you flex. That's exactly what it is like. Put a pencil on it. Oh, we can put something a bit more fierce than a pencil. Maybe. We need something that really is bold and daring, and that my boyfriend won't get too upset with me for drawing on my I'm sure he's not going to be really thrilled about this. Ripley. That might be a little bit complicated for me. I need something simple and cool, like the word cool. But perhaps maybe I could write the word cool on my bicep just so people know, you know? Because sometimes you don't know, and then you see a girl with the word cool on her bicep, and then you know, you just know. You know, you just know. You just know when a girl is cool. I'm going to continue like this until I see a suggestion that I am satisfied with. Let's turn my hair like to absolute maximum Coolsville. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh god. I just look ready. I just look ready to take on the world. Ooh, Sarah Connor. I hardly even know her. Right. Actually, it's really difficult for me to read with these on. Ahem. A bumblebee wearing sunglasses. That's a good suggestion. That's up there. That is. I can see that at the end of the stream, you'll have two heavily tattooed happy guns. That's the plan, man. That's the plan. Vote for that one. Vote for the bumblebee. Okay, okay, okay. I'm too fixated on the fact that it's your drawing. It's true. You are stuck on that. I'm gonna go for the bee. I'm gonna go for the bee because it's a cool idea. And I saw a bee drinking from. I'm gonna adjust the camera just a little bit more. I saw a bee drinking from our garden bird bath today, and I took a little video. It was very cute. Just gonna move the mic, so hold on to your ears for a second. Okay, so we've got the gun. We've got my left hand, which I will be drawing this with. Right, what does a bee look like? It's like they're pretty much like I'm gonna really flex. A circle. Yes. Yes. Right. That's looking good. That's looking good. Let's move that into the center. Now they have 6 legs. We've got 2 at the front and 2 in the middle and 2 more just behind the middle. I know, I'm a scientist. And they have a cute little face like that. But they also have a cute little kind of puffy ruff. They're all kind of fluffy puffy. So let's fluffy, fluffy, puffy. And they have like a big old butt. Butt. How's this looking? How's it looking? Does it look kind of it looks kind of strange. It will all come together, I promise. Promise. Let's give it some like really aerodynamic looking wings. Oh my gosh. This is just a lot of circles. So let's start putting some detail work in here. I'm gonna put some stripes in. I'm gonna put some real stripes in here. That's how people are gonna know. Oh man, that's a bee. I wish I'd looked at a bee before I started doing this. Boop! There's a spike at the end. So it's looking more like a bee now. And we need to give it some cute eyes. Ooh. Eyes, eyes, eyes. The eyes have them. Give those cross hatches and then some little feeler things. I'm going to put some detail work on the wings. And then, of course, because it's a bee, it has to have a bee line. Do, 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 like into my armpit. Okay, so there we go. We've got a cool bee. Um, it's bees' eyes kind of look like sunglasses, don't they? So because I've done it from the side, it's difficult to tell that they're sunglasses. For anyone who's just joining, we were talking about guns and how bad guns are, and then I showed off my arms, which are not that impressive yet, but I'm trying. I'm lifting weights, and then we started talking about what I could put on my guns to make them nice guns, and I drew a smiley face on this one. I nearly poked my eye out with the pen for a second then. And everyone wanted me to draw a nice bee on the other one, which is perfect because bees are great. And bees are like life givers. So this is like a life giving gun. Imagine that. They don't exist. But we can dream. Um, it's gonna say cool. It's gonna say cool. But to you, it's gonna be back to front. But you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It says cool. L. Cool. You can take a screenshot and flip it round. There we go. Get a good old look at this bee. Oh, that's not bad for left-handed on an arm. Honestly, that's pretty good work. Yeah, look at me flex. Pow, 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 ba-bang. I am having the time of my life. I don't know about you. I'm feeling so much better. I started this stream, I'm sure you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, in a real bad mood, and I'm feeling a lot better now. But you should all be staying indoors. Everybody stay indoors. I'm a cop now. I don't even like cops, but I'm wearing these shades, so I look intimidating. And I can tell you with my safety guns, my happy safe guns, you need to stay indoors. Otherwise, you might get sick, or someone else might get sick. You might care about them, you might not know them at all, but you need to do your part in this shit time. I'm sorry, I swore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stay indoors. Oh my god. Stay at home. You don't have to stay indoors all the time. You can go for a walk, but be sensible. Be good. Be good to each other. You need to be kind and rewind our bad behavior. I don't know. I don't know why I said rewind. I'm gonna hop in the chat now and see what you're all saying because I've been so fixated on looking at myself in the camera as usual. I love the bee emojis, by the way. There's nothing that's more uplifting than a bee emoji. It's first I saw a jellyfish elephant. You think so? You think so? I think it's just a bee. I think it's just a good bee. Now that's a good bee. Heck yeah, it's a good bee. The bees are baby baby couldn't quite read that. Looks like a good comment though. I approve. Bees are great. Thank you, Mac. Bees are baby. That's it. There we go. Heck yeah, I still freak out if I hear them buzzing my. Oh yeah, like I will be walking around the garden and checking out the bird bath and checking out the bees having a drink, and then they'll get like right up in my face, and I'll try and be like cool and be like, you're not supposed to freak out. But the bees are like, wow, 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 you're here and I'm here too. And I'm like, oh god. So I'm not usually afraid of insects, but if they continue to buzz around me, it's pretty unnerving, you're right. Penultimate says, if you keep on your weights, then next stream you can draw something more fierce to signify your progress. That's a great plan, Penultimate. I will try that. Yeah, I would love that. I've got like heavier weights, like big, manful, manly weights. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. They're so heavy. I don't know how heavy they are, but they feel like twice as heavy as 2.3, which would make them 4.6. That was some live mathematics work just there. I hope you enjoyed it. Uh, you're being very sweet in the comments. I absolutely want to start like a bee farm or something. That sounds cool. A beery, a bearium. I don't know. Maybe bee farm is the actual term. There are a lot of you just joining me. If you're just joining me, I was ranting about how people should stay indoors and be safe, which I stand by, and then everybody started telling me to draw on my arms, or did I just encourage them to tell me that? And then I drew a smile on one gun and a bee on the other, and this bee says "cool," and that's because I want you to be cool. This is why I will never get invited on a comedy show. It's because I laugh at all my own jokes. Um, so I feel like I should be doing this for the rest of the stream, just just to there we go again, just to kind of show off my exceptional tattooage for the day, for the evening. Here we go. Gonna get my hair looking just extraordinary. That's good. That's good. This is good right now. Um, let's see. A shiny little beetles are chill, to be honest. Like the fluffy bunny looking moths. I love moths. There's a video of me handling the biggest moth I'd ever seen in this garden on this channel if you want to look at that later. I love, as long as an insect isn't gonna bite me, poison me, or like run all over me in a crazy way, I'm pretty chill with being near insects. Um, yeah, I've even held like big spiders before. Um, because if they're moving slowly and they're not a danger, I'm just like, well, you've just got more legs than a hamster. But if you're chill, you're chill. That's what I like. I like chill things. Um, I can understand why people are freaked out by moths and butterflies because they can be kind of like, you know what I mean? They can kind of be like flap, flap, wah, 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 like a little bit, ooh, stay out of my face. They're in such a panic all the time. We often think of butterflies and moths as being like these kind of beautiful, delicate things, but they don't have a lot of grace. They kind of move around like this all over the place, and then they kind of, oh my god, 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 oh my god. That's what they're like. I think they're kind of funny, really. Um, ahem. Let's see. Um, talking about bugs. I love how we're all just talking about insects now. Uh, how big was the spider? Well, I was very young and we went to a zoo and it was like a kind of tarantula. It was like it was one of those kind of spiders, like a great big old spider, but they had either defanged it or it just wasn't dangerous or something. So I cannot speak to the ethical quality of the experience, but I held a big old spider and I was like, if you're chill, then cool. And people keep tarantulas as pets, so they can't be that hostile. I don't know. I don't know that much about it. Um, chubby caterpillars are a blessing too. They're cute as heck. Ooh, I should keep my eyes peeled for caterpillars. That would be really exciting to see. Uh, there are a few plants in the garden, and sometimes they get covered in like stripy black and yellow caterpillars, and they're probably all the same kind of breed. So I'll keep you posted. I like snails. Can't get chiller than that. Oh, I saw a snail today. We've got rhubarb growing at the bottom of our garden, and I saw a little snail on one of the dead leaves that we threw onto the compost heap, and it was having a good old slow time, having a chomp. And I was like, "You go, snail. You're on the right leaf, snail. On the moldy stuff. That's a good snail." Um, butterfly faces are freaky. Not gonna lie, in comparison to moths. Oh yeah, they've got that woo woo that kind of nose. It's really cool seeing them on a flower because they'll just take that proboscis, whatever it is, and just hook it into the flower like they're they're downloading some shit into their face. But that's literally it. It's so cool. Um, I love all the bug emojis. They make me feel really good. Snails are amazing, slow and chill. To be to be sure. To be sure. He was a spider bro. That's dope though. Yeah. So Moths that mimic hummingbirds. That sounds cool. So they kind of stay in one place and then move back and forth. That'd be really awesome to see. Um, you know, I've seen like colored tarantulas. Like I think you can get red ones and stuff. I might be wrong. I'm gonna look that up. I want to look and see colored tarantula. Try not to knock the mic too much as I do that. Oh my goodness. Of all the spiders to look at, tarantulas are like one of the least freaky because they're so thick. But really, they're so big and fluffy compared to like the hairless ones that have the longer legs. They're more alarming to me than a tarantula. Um, and these ones looks really funky. Colorful new species discovered in 2012. Oh my days. Um, oh, it looks funky. It's all kind of blue and pink and yellow. That's rad. Uh, the seemingly spray painted. This new tarantula, whatever that Italian Latin word is one of 9 colorful and rare tree-dwelling tarantulas recently discovered in Brazil. A new study finds. Oh, that's cool. I love that. I love that for them. Getting a new look. I love that. That's cool. Maybe they've all started college. Um, getting their hairlights did. Let's see. Remember finding worms in the ground all those years back. Worms are crazy. I've been doing a lot of gardening recently and I've been a lot of worms. It's always really alarming because I don't want to hurt them and they're also kind of gross. Apparently butterflies get drunk off of fruit. I don't know, but that's hilarious to see. Butterflies look drunk already. Like they're not flying with a tremendous amount of panache. They're just like, "Rah!" They're a menace on the road, the sky roads. It's amazing they don't crash into stuff all the time. Let's see. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, everybody look at colored tarantulas. They look so cool. Daddy longlegs are just a no-go. Yeah, daddy longlegs, the actual daddy longlegs that fly around and try and get in your face, can't be doing with that. But with that mentioned, a kind of spider that I do appreciate are the ones that look like daddy longlegs. And they just hang out in a corner of your house, corner of your room. They just chill. I'm cool with those spiders. They don't move very fast. And although they're kind of big, their legs are so kind of delicate and light looking comparatively that they don't upset me. They just kind of chill out. I'm like, okay, okay. Like I had a flat about a year ago and they were kind of the flat was kind of riddled with these spiders and that sounds like a nightmare. I'm not like way into spiders. I'm kind of like, ah, get out. But these ones, like I had like 2 or 3 per room and they would just kind of sit in their corners just, and I was like, you know what, if you're catching bugs, then great, you're paying rent. Like if you're not, then you're out. But like if you're contributing, if you're keeping me a little bit more hygienic and safe, then whatever, that's fine. You're not gonna leap on my face in the middle of the night. Don't need that. It's the last thing I need. Yeah, huntsman spiders. Yeah, huntsman spiders. I think they're like really fast and scary. I don't think I could handle holding one of those. Let's see. You look like Dave Mustaine. Do I? Well, I don't know who Dave Mustaine is or what he looks like, so I'm going to Google Dave Mustaine and see if you have complimented me or insulted me deeply. Mustaine. Let's see what we have here. Oh, you're talking about hair. Okay. Okay. He looks like a cool person. I don't mind that. There aren't enough people with long curly red hair just rocking out in the world, and I want to be one of those people, you know what I mean? The bunny harvestman. The bunny harvestman? What? Is that the bunny harvestman? This is in fact a title and not just some cute thing that you've. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody Google bunny harvestman right now. Unless you have a spider phobia. What am I seeing? This is bizarre. This is so bizarre. Oh my god. I mean, from other angles, it looks less like a bunny and more like a wolf. You know what it does look like? It looks like some kind of strange anime shadow creature with those little dot eyes, just kind of speaking. Is it just peeping out? Oh my goodness. That's so strange. It's kind of wolf-like. I can't believe those exist. Bunny harvestman. Look it up. Um, let's see. Once it fly on mosquito eaters, right? I mean, I hope so. Someone's got to eat them. You're so cute. Thank you, Sophie. I'm not feeling especially cute right now. I look like a bird's nest that fell on a human. But uh, you want to go back 20 seconds when I didn't know what a bunny harvestman was? Sorry, I thought it was really cool. I mean, those legs, man, they're. If I saw one of those, I'd freak out and scream for sure. But from pictures, I can handle looking at pictures of them. I bet they don't walk in a calming way. They look like they walk in a very unnerving fashion. Looks like a weird. Looks like a Pokemon. Yeah, legs are long. Yeah, when spider legs. What is more freaky to you? When the spider legs like are like flat on the ground, or when they're like yeah, like massive crazy arches, like they're kind of, because they're different. All of God's creatures are beautiful though. They're all beautiful, even ones that are two creatures at the same time. I need to stop looking at pictures of spiders because I'm scrolling down and it's getting less relevant to bunny spiders and more relevant to things that are just straight up frightening. So I'm going to stop looking at Google image search just for now. This doesn't have to be just an insect talk. We've talked about a lot of things during this stream. Oh, we've been on a real journey. Oh, we've been talking for over an hour. My goodness, doesn't time fly? I'll go to 1:30, an hour 30, and then I say goodbye. How does that sound? Does that sound good? I think that sounds reasonable. It's pretty late for me. How are you guys? Tell me how you are. If you haven't told me how you are, tell me how you are. I'm going to cough now because my throat is getting tickly. Don't worry about me. I'm not feeling sick. Just clearing my throat. I'm fine. Every morning, like, I will just swallow and make sure that my throat isn't sore. That's how I start the day, and I'm just fine. The longer legs are creepier to me. Swallowtail caterpillars are goofy looking. Have you played the FF7 remake? I don't play games. I say this every time someone asks me if I'm playing a video game, and I generally don't play video games because I'm too lazy. I I I just sit and scroll or draw. But my partner has been playing the FF7 remake, and he's been a diehard FF7 fan since he was about 12. He was really looking forward to this remake, and for the most part, he has very much enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed watching him play it. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna hiccup or something. I'm fine though. It's probably because I'm all twisted around. Um, it's been really gorgeous to look at. I would say that, especially in comparison to recent Final Fantasies and Kingdom Hearts, especially, the pacing of and writing of dialogue, those all these kinds of scenes, is like a vast improvement. Because games like Final Fantasy have this weird hiccup. We're talking about Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and stuff. Games like Kingdom Hearts Like you're watching the character, you're listening to the characters interact with each other, and conversations will be like, "I can't believe you did this to me," and then there'll be a pause. It's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Like characters will have these enormous pauses in in between every single piece of dialogue between characters, and it just takes you right out of it. It's so weird. I don't think those games are the only games guilty of this crime, but they're meant to, these games are supposed to draw you in and make you care about the characters and the drama and whatever. And when characters speak really unrealistically, it doesn't help. So the Final Fantasy remake, the Final Fantasy VII remake, does a really good job of keeping shit snappy, keeping things going. Like, so good, good improvement. Um, my partner has to say, and I guess I kind of feel the same way, that spoilers, I won't spoil the details of the ending, but the ending of the Final Fantasy VII remake makes him concerned that it is going to go into some dippy territory, some kind of dippy Kingdom Hearts territory where nothing makes sense and characters just say random shit and it's just the magic of a Square Enix game, like where you don't quite know what's going on and it's all mysterious and deep and it's not deep at all. So that's the concern going forward with these remakes that my partner has, and I agree with him. Um, so we'll just have to see when the next one comes out in a decade or however long it takes for it to come out. I don't know if you agree. Let me know what you thought of the Final Fantasy VII remake. But aside from that, um, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the ending for me, like it potentially very exciting because you don't know what's going to happen next. Like that's exciting. I think that's a really bold move. Um, yeah, good choice. That's a good choice to me. It's just the execution was kind of. Are you playing around? Are you planning this well, or are you just throwing spaghetti at the plot wall and seeing what sticks and maybe nothing will stick? Do you know what I mean? Do you understand my concerns? Let's see. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Yeah. Do 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 do. Currently trying to finish a Mother's Day drawing. Oh, that sounds really sweet. Good luck. I hope it goes well. I'm sure she's gonna love it. Penultimate is tired, but waiting to go to sleep for work because I'm a dunce who took a 3 hour nap. Oh, bless you. I bet you deserved it though. I bet you deserved that nap. I hope you managed to get a good night's rest at least. I hope it doesn't take another 13 years. Yeah, we're all hoping that. I mean, especially after Final Fantasy 15. Good lord, let me go on about that. My partner was not best impressed with Final Fantasy 15, which had like a cool kind of look to it, like four boys in a car. It's kind of not really been done before. Looked kind of goofy but entertaining. And then look, didn't it take like 10 years to make or something? There's just nothing to that game in terms of the plot or anything that holds water or means anything. Just nothing matters in that game at all. I'm not saying that it couldn't have been fun to play. I'm sure it was fun for people to play. Like the combat looked fun for one thing. I loved all those animations that the characters did, especially especially Prompto. Love Prompto. Prompto's my boy. When Prompto does that thing where he's on that pole and he swings around and he fires a gun everywhere, I die. It's so good. That's very good. Very good. It's very good. I love that. But yeah, the rest of that game kind of sucks. Like it just doesn't go anywhere meaningful. And it starts off in a manner like that opening kind of scene where you're fighting off, is it Ifrit or whoever like is that fire demon. Like it looks really cool and amazing and you're like, "Wow." And I know these characters are older than they are generally within the game. This must be like a really important moment. And then you play through the game and just nothing not a lot of meaningful stuff happens at all. It's just kind of empty and a big waste. And then they tried doing a bunch of DLC afterwards, and it all went to hell in a handbasket. I just feel bad. I feel bad for anyone in Square who is really pushing to make something meaningful. Because for a long time, it just feels like those games have been more about how many eyelashes can be generated on a character at one time than making something that means anything meaningful to anyone. And look at how people reacted to, was it Final Fantasy 13 with lightning and that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but people weren't really big on that, were they? Oh god, that's dreadful. I prefer 15 to the one that lightning was in. That was a bad time. That was a bad time. I am going off about a series of games that I don't even play, so I feel like a bit of a hypocrite, but sound off in the comments and tell me what you think. There is a bit too much of anime grunts and huffs that pull me out of the dialogue. And yeah, I think there's an amusing amount to me, not an amount that takes me out of it. I feel really taken out of it by Jessie, who is written in such an unflattering way, in a very uncool way. Like, Jessie, it's not cool to treat people like you can't do this to people. It's not cute. Don't treat Cloud like that. Psh, bad Jessie. She's not like that in the original, as far as I can remember. I'm not saying you can't change characters, but like, she's kind of unnerving in the game. That's my opinion. Thank you. Everything is clustering since school ends in 2 weeks. Oh no problem, Brie. Sorry, I was finding your other comment. Yeah, I hope it goes well. There's a boss in the mountain that is also a turtle. Which game are we talking about? Are we talking about Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy Lightning McQueen? I can't remember which one she's in. If it's 13 or 12, I can't remember. But you know, a boss mountain turtle, that's always a good time. Oh, we're at 24 people right now. Hello, everyone. We're talking about Final Fantasy. We're just talking about Final Fantasy and just dumping on Final Fantasy 15 and how disappointing it was. Sound off and let me know your opinions about Final Fantasy. I don't play. I just watch my boyfriend play it and go the whole time because it's so very silly. Final Fantasy 15 is all style and no substance. Yeah, it was looking really hot for a few minutes there, and yeah, not really well pulled off. But the grunts, the anime grunts and puffs, like that's such a staple of it at this point. I love mocking them when they come, like going, oh, yeah. It's just so funny when they do it. I really, like, I'm kind of fond of them because of how daft they are. It's like having a problem with anime characters when they get a sweat drop on their face in shows. Like, it's just such a staple of it now. And it must be really interesting as like an English speaking voice actor. How weird is it for Japanese audiences to hear that? Because it originates from anime. This is an anime trope. So how weird is it for Japanese people to hear that, like, in their own language? Is it off-putting? If anyone is Japanese, in the chat, sound off. Let me know. Is it weird or is it cool? And it's just Western audiences that have a problem with it. I don't know. I want to know. Tell me the words. It was 13 was lightning. Okay. 14 is the Mamorpaga. That's the one my boyfriend loves, I think. Just wanted to say hi. I love your vids and streams. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's kind of you. We're just chatting. We're just having a good old chat this time. I came on live stream because I was all fired up by pandemic idiocy, which I mean, by which I mean people being dangerous needlessly. And now, since then, we've drawn pictures on my biceps and a picture of a smiley face and a picture of a bee. And now we started talking about insects, and now we're talking about Final Fantasy, and it feels really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go in for another 5.5 minutes, and then I'm gonna pop off because I'll probably need a drink of water. Hello, I watched your totally appropriate Gamer Grumps animation and saw your streaming, so I'm stopping by to say hi. Hello, Matthew. It's good of you to join. I do live streams now and then. I've done a few previous to this where I cook and exercise and have a very silly time. This one's just a chat one, so thank you for joining us. Anime characters are all constipated. God, maybe that's it. Next time I'm constipated on the toilet, I'm gonna try making those noises and see if it helps things move along. Like, maybe that's the secret. And do you think they all just react that way? Well, I wouldn't like to make sweeping statements about that. I don't think so. But it might just be a stylistic thing that is preferred over there. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe it's just not something we're used to. There are probably a lot of verbal tics in English speaking countries that we don't notice that are probably really daft to non English speaking countries. I don't know. It's difficult to tell when English is your primary language, or in my case, my only language, because I'm a dunce. But yeah, I'm sure there are other things that we do that sound completely daft. We just have to see. I doubt that Japanese people go like in the middle of talking, but perhaps I'm wrong. I don't know. The huffs and grunts should like they are sound like they are trying to boot up, but their brain has too little processing power. Yeah, it is. They sound like they're very flustered sounds. I think that's what it comes from. This kind of flustered nervousness that characters have a lot in anime. And I enjoy like kind of flusteredness in characters. It's very attractive to me. But manifesting verbally all the time is kind of it's kind of funny. Um, maybe I should try doing it like in real life. Maybe I should try making flustered sounds like that just constantly, like in the middle of meetings and stuff. I'll just be like, yes, I heard from such and such person that it's going to be like this. So, you know. I can't do it. I can't even pretend to do it without laughing. It's so silly. uh, yes, it's very silly. I don't watch a lot of anime, it has to be said. But when I do, I try to find stuff that's I think I prefer comedy anime to serious anime. Um my favorite animes are things like Shirokuma Cafe, Polar Bear Cafe is so good. Can't I did I watch all of it? I can't even remember if I got to the end. There are quite a few episodes. Um if you haven't watched Polar Bear Cafe, oh my god, please watch Polar Bear Cafe. It came out like a decade ago and it's transcendently gorgeous and chill. It is exactly what you need during this quarantine. I highly recommend Polar Bear Cafe, Shirokuma Cafe. Search for it, stream it. You have to. You can't buy it anywhere because it's £1 million billion. It's awful. Like I've tried looking for it on DVD and it's not affordable. But if you can find it online, please watch it. Oh god, it's so good. It's really funny. What other comedy animes do I like? Chromati High is so good. Chromati High is like a gold standard of comedy anime. Um, I think I prefer comedy animes to like serious action packed ones because when the budget is low on a comedy anime, you can still write something funny. But if the budget is low on like an action drama, things tend to get really boring really quickly. Let me know if you agree. That's how I feel. That's why I think comedy animes tend to win out, just for that budgetary reason. It's not the fault of action drama animes. It's not the fault of them at all. It's just how it works out. Let me know if you agree. Um, what was that other comedy anime I love so much? Osomatsu-san. Oh, that was great. That was a great show. So daft. So daft. I love that. And I did enjoy Panty and Stocking when it was on very long time ago. But it's not that funny. It's just gloriously dumb to look at. I love how it looks. It's a gorgeous thing. It's so cartoony. It's so daft. Love that. Let's see. Let's see. I can't dunk too much on their weird expressions though. My language lets us reply to questions on Inhale. Penultima, what language are you? Norwegian. There you go. I was like, okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. I'm gonna have to like search for like Norwegian videos and see what you're talking about because that sounds interesting. Um, ba, 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 ba. Wait, isn't that the exaggerated reaction gifts a bunch of bears comes from? Well, that could be We Bear Bears, but if you're looking at an anime, it's probably Shirokuma Cafe. You've got Polar Bear, who runs a cafe, and you've got Panda, who's our protagonist of sorts, who's amazing, and he's just really lazy, and he's cute, and he knows it. Oh, and you've also got Grizzly-san. Do they call him Grizzly-san? Grizzly Bear, whatever. He's really cool. And you've got loads of other characters. You've got Penguin, oh my gosh, and you've got Sloth. You've got the girl who works there, who can't remember, but she's a really cute character as well. And I think there's a llama as well. There are so many cool characters. Watch Polar Bear Cafe. I can't recommend it enough. It's so good. You won't regret it. This is a promise from me to you that you will like this thing. You just will. Um, da, 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 da. God, I need to find Cromarty. How you do. You do. It's so good. I should probably pop offline in a minute, so I'm just going to finish off reading the chat. Let's see. Have you ever watched Ramna Half? This is a great question. I have not watched Ramna Half, but I have read Ramna Half. I've read all of Ramna Half. I do not recall all of Ramna Half, but I read the whole thing. Because in my local library when I was a teenager, there was a small anime section on a little kind of turny book thing, turny book holding shelf thingy, and they had 3 or 4 of the first in the Ramna Half series, 3 or 4 books, and oh boy, that's a good manga. That's a really good manga. Some people say manga, but I say manga. It's really fun and gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Oh my god, I love Ramna Half. It's so funny. It's so silly. I was thinking about Ramna Half the other day. I think it's written by a woman. Correct me if I'm wrong. And at the end of the first book in Ramna Half, it's a kung fu kind of action comedy romance, for those of you who are uninitiated. At the end of the first Ramna Half book, there's like a big fight between 2 male characters. They're men, ostensibly. They're 2 boys, ostensibly. And there's a girl whose name is Akane. I think I'm going to say Akane because I think it's probably Akane. And she is very frustrated with the 2 of them for fighting and being so daft and ludicrous. And oh god, you just stop fighting. You're being ludicrous. And in their fight, a consequence of them fighting is Akane's long, beautiful hair gets sliced in the middle of this fight, and it's so dramatic. It's set in a high school, and everyone sees, all the girls see, and they're like, "Oh my god, her hair is being cut! Oh no!" And it perfectly captures like teenage drama of like these people are doing this ludicrous kind of kung fu action. It's so silly, but then this girl gets this haircut, gets her hair chopped off as a result. That's so awful. And it's this big dramatic moment, and it's treated with like reverence and sorrow, and I just think that's such a cool thing because it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Like it's not a terrible thing where anyone's hurt, but it's like you've hurt this girl's like whole style, and when you're in school that's like upsetting, and everyone who's watching it is like, oh my god, you guys have got to stop fighting, look, you've just chopped this girl's hair. Like, it's such a cool little moment of teenage drama, and I think it's wonderful. If you haven't read Ram and a Half, give it a go. It's very long, but it's not as long as some things, but it's very silly. It's the silliest thing you'll ever read, and it's fun, and it'll get your heart pounding because that teenage romance and that kind of it's extremely Tassundra, if that's how you say that word. It's very much, I don't like you, well, I don't like you either. Like, but really, they do like each other a lot. But they'll never admit it. I love that. Ugh, it's ludicrous. Yeah, Round and a Half, such a good manga. I don't think I'd bother watching the anime because I think it's quite different. It doesn't look as appealing to me. The art style isn't as appealing to me, even though they're very similar. I just prefer how the manga looks, so that's why I go for it. Yes, Mac, watch it. I'm glad you looked up that part where they're batting in the cage. The whole show is that good, I promise. It's written by the same woman that wrote Inuyasha. Yeah, I could tell by the style. I can't remember her name, but she's done a lot of stuff. She's like a goddess as far as I can tell of manga. She's a legend. I can see a lot of Chuck Jones in your animation style. Is he one of your influences? Thank you for the animation question, Boradis. Yes, he is. I love watching old kind of Looney Tune stuff, and just the absolute freedom with expression and just going over the top with things is just so fun. I haven't had the chance to do that in a while because the last two big things that I animated was Scarborough Fair and In Your Eyes, neither of which are especially Chuck Jonesy. But I might get a chance to do something a little bit more along those lines soon. Might not. We'll see. We'll see. Things are in the pipeline right now. Okay. Well, I've been talking for a long time, and it is now time for me to say goodbye. Because I'm very thirsty and I'm a little bit peckish as well. I might have a biscuit. I might have some shortbread before I go to bed. Shortbread before bed. That's so naughty. I'm feeling naughty now. Right. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me. It was really lovely to talk to you. I'm feeling a little bit calmer. I'm going to reiterate the point of my video from the beginning. Stay safe. Stay indoors. For heaven's sake, stay 6 feet /2 meters away from other people outside at every opportunity. Sometimes it's impossible, but if it isn't impossible, do it. Because lives are on the line. Yours, other people's, people you love, people you don't know, and all of those lives matter. So, be good. Behave. I know you're good. I know you behave. I love you all. I just get concerned, you know? And make sure that the people that are in your life know this as well. Wear a mask if you can. Wash your hands all the time. Take care of that mask. Don't touch it. Wash it after you've been outside. Chuck it in the wash. I repeat myself so much. And quite possibly needlessly, because I'm sure you've all heard it before. But it's always worth stating again, because it might help someone. Right. Bye 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 everyone. Mwah. Bye bye.